Lance, a character from the Nintendo game Xenoblade Chronicles 3, cannot find something meatier. Why can't Noah just feed him? Because you have to keep the world alive so you can keep finding Noah and make him grow up. So Lance goes on a quest to get all of the meat off the face of the earth to feed the world. It's all about trying to get the biggest bite you can in your time allotted. You don't necessarily need to have the biggest bite for the longest amount of time, but it'd be pretty cool to eat the biggest piece of meat and have it sit around for like a decade. What if the first thing you would want to do with the first real amount of food you'd gotten in a while was eat it? How long would you wait before you'd eat that next bit of food? Where would you find the next bite of food? Would it be something you'd found already? Is there something out there better than the current food you've found that you'd love to try? The more questions you ask yourself, the more interesting this could get. And the more interesting, the longer I could write about it. This is the food philosophy in a nutshell. So without further ado, here are the rules for eating. You don't necessarily need to eat your whole bag of food at once. You can start on the second food, but it could be as early as a week. That's when this system would start working. It'd just work in a more steady way than it would if you ate your entire bag of food at once. Noah doesn't have to feed himself either. He can go anywhere in the world and just stay and eat. He just has to eat that food and have the meal have any effect. So it could be as easy as just going to some random restaurant and having a nice steak dinner. Noah and I don't necessarily have to share any food. He could go out for a steak dinner and get a nice little filet mignon. He could get a giant piece of meat. If we could eat only a single food at a time, it could be something like a steak dinner. I could just eat it and then be done with that food. I could just have that steak and be done with that meal. Noah just has to eat at least a bite of any food to keep the meal having an effect on him. But if we want to do this in the most interesting way possible, it would be more interesting if Noah ate other people's food too. The food can be any kind of food. No rules have been set. You can make it as simple or as complex as you want. Hey there, oh you who floats in the currents. Z said to Mobius, I'm a little drunk. Come here and drink your milk. Z took a sip from the cold milk bottle he was holding and gave it to A. Have a good drink. Z then walked towards the bedroom. Why are you sitting alone, all alone in the dark? Oh, he was about to go to bed. Z. It's getting really late. There's a meeting tomorrow, and you'll be in charge of that. You'll be responsible for everything. It's time you came to your senses. I'm not gonna give up the world. You don't want to face facts. You're never gonna be able to change. I can't leave this planet anymore. I'm gonna stay here, make everyone forget about everything. They'll have to listen to me. I'll make them like it. They'll beg me to stay. They'll love me. I'll have all the love in the world. Z sat down at Mobius' bed. He was sitting on the edge. Why don't you say something? You look like you're worried. I have been planning this ever since you left. I'm not gonna go through with this, Mobius. I'm not. I will wait, Z. I will wait for you. Everyone will. Mobius was screaming for him to say something. All right. I won't go through with this. Mobius jumped up from his bed. Tell me. What are you gonna do to me? I'm not afraid of you. Don't threaten me, Z. I'm not afraid. Tell me. What are you gonna do to me? Just say it. You're a coward, Mobius. That's it. You're just a coward. I'm not afraid of you. That's what you say. Uni punched Gray in the face. Hey, that was the one time I told you to stop it. Nonsense. What makes you think I'm being nice to you? Gray responded. He then said I'm your slave, which got a laugh out of Uni, and I'm going to kiss you, which got him another laugh. But I want you to stop it. I think you're a dick sometimes. Uni replied.